Welcome all. I'm just trying to reply to various queries. I think I'm going to dedicate some time to in a day to reply all the groups. So moving forward, please avoid directly messaging me unless it's very private that you can't share in the group. In most cases, if it's private, you can just send it to admin or me directly. We can post it on your behalf in the community in Facebook or on the WhatsApp as an anonymous question so that you can get a lot of views, various interactions. I think we can learn a lot from various people. So whatever I speak is something, it's not entirely my own research. A lot of things I've learned from you all, and a lot of doctors and healers whomever I spoke is what I'm sharing it in a consolidated way. So try to avoid it. I just want to reply all in the group because most of the time I end up replying all the messages, private messages. I'm not able to get time to be active or discuss or participate in the group discussion. So I'm going to flip my coin. I'm going to focus more on group daily. Private messages, if it's private, I will reply, or else until I finish all the group reply, then I will not come to the private. Okay, so now coming to the first topic which we are going to talk today. The first one is one of the query I noticed, and it's a repeated discussion for last 6 years. I think most of the parents would have undergone is tonsils. So how do I do it? They have severe pain. The moment they see the pain, they take them to a modern doctor and they try to put them in an antibiotic course. And after some time, they just say like it's getting more severe. Then I have to do a surgery. They have to cut the tonsil. So we have to understand what is tonsil and what's its function. So as many people think, tonsillitis, it's not a disease. It's one of a beautiful tissue inside our mouth, and it has a lot of it does a lot of work. Nature, when it created any creation, every part has a meaning towards it. Does a function. They don't add just for no use. Just because today science couldn't find it doesn't mean that they are not in use for us. Every part, every cell plays its role. We just need to know when it is playing and when it is overworking. Only then we can understand how our body works, or else we'll keep on wasting our time here. So tonsillitis in our body is the first line of defense. So that's the very first point. As soon as anything, when you eat in the food, anything which is impure or unhygiene, which is not good for the body, the tonsil is like a first infantry, the defense system in our mouth. Instantly it picks up through signals, and it will start observing it, and it will start fighting against it. It will try to stop it at this level itself, so that it doesn't send into a bigger job here where it might cause later various problems. So that is one of the thing. It can be food what we take, impurities, or the air we breathe in. So that also plays a major role. It filters from here itself, it stops here. So this part plays more of a filter, a defensive mechanism from here till here, inside the mouth part of it. So that's the function of it. And the second important quality of tonsil is, I was really surprised, is it acts as a stabilizer, temperature stabilizers. So when you take too excess food, heat, then it will try to stabilize with saliva and try to reduce the temperature and send it into the mouth. Or when you take too cold like ice creams, instantly it will increase the temperature with saliva and try to send it. It's such a beautiful mechanism. Nature has kept it here, which is our mouth, which is external opening to our internal organs. So this part plays a major role. That is why spiritually where they talk about is Shiva has a blue throat here. When he takes poison, and they say story that this part is filters it, the poison didn't go into the body. Technically they were talking about the throat or the tonsil part of it. So that's a spiritual meaning. That's why this area, the blue color, they represent him, has a significance. There's a lot of meaning behind it, this part, why we do it. So that is what they say. So there's no point in removing it. I'm going to give you a lot of suggestions, what others doctors, whomever I spoke, and healers, and you can pick up whichever makes sense, and do talk to your doctors and make your decision. So now coming to the point is, so that's the function of tonsil. There is no point removing it. So now coming to the remedy. So Agasthyar, in his one of the script, he has written Agasthyar 400, Agasthyar 400 they call it as. It's one of the Siddha doctor who told me is the remedy. What he has suggested to me so far is you have to make a powder of 5 herbs. The first one is Hadrika, 4 parts that you will have to take it without the seed. You should remove the seed and crush it into minute particles, and that's what you can use it. And next you can take typically what we call it as a long pepper. So that is again 4 parts you take it, and you can take long pepper, and then is Thai ginger. Sorry, 4 parts. Thai ginger 4 parts you have to take it. So these are 4 parts, and then you have to take nutmeg. So nutmeg is 3 parts, and the next one is tailed pepper. So that is again 7 parts. So I'll give you the notes below because I don't remember exactly, such I'm looking at my notes. I'll share it below this, the exact proportion. So take this point, all these herbs separately. You have to fry it, okay, so that all the moisture goes, and you don't roast it like a dry deep freeze. Just fry it, pan fry it, so it becomes all the moisture goes. Then individually you will have to fry it. Do not mix it, and powder it separately in a mixie in a slow speed. And then what you need to sieve it properly, and then you mix it together properly. Then you can add it in the mixie and make it as a single powder, which we call this churnam. So that paste you can keep it, that powder you can keep it, and daily what you can do is you can take that paste 2 pinch according to that person's hand. See, for me my hand is big, so I can take, my pinch is very big. If it's small, a small kid, according to their hand, maybe it best is ask them to take it 2 pinch. That quantity, mix it with honey because children's might not like the taste. So then you apply it all over the tonsil area above. So morning and evening you can do it. So what happens is saliva mixes into it and it enhances the function. It will try to soothe the effect of it, because with tonsil pains, that means it is working hard. Because of working hard, the pain is increasing. So instantly when parents see that, they see like, okay, they are suffering from disease, we need to go and remove it, some alien has entered the body. It's not like that. Their body is immune, it's working on it. So because it's working over time, it's doing it. So when this goes, it enhances the function, make sure it gives strength to the tonsil muscles to do its job properly, and it removes the pain. So they say you can easily see within 10 to 15 days that pain would reduce. And they say that the course is at least 2 mandala, that is 248 days course. When you try it daily, it completely goes. In fact, the people who have gone near surgery have done it and they've recovered completely. It's not only temporary fix, long-term fix can be done. So that is one side on the Siddha, which is time tested. Most of the Siddha doctors talk about it. And homeopathy has a beautiful medicines for it. So for that you need to talk to a homeopathy, and they will definitely guide you according to the mental state. They will help you in that. That has a lot of beautiful medicines. They have time tested, proven. You can try that, or you can complement home remedy with the homeopathy also. It will help you. That is the beauty of traditional medicine. So it works more on the holistic part of it. So unlike the modern medicine, that's one part. So you can also enhance it with various other points. For example, in Burma you have this point where this finger and this finger joins. It's called as Kauli Kalam. You can press this point. The pain they ask them to focus on the pain. You might see some instant relief. Or this part in acupuncture, you can press it. So that will ask them to focus on the pain. When you do it, it will release it. Or you can see this line here in the thumb, everyone has it. Just below the thumb, you can just ask them to press it whenever they feel pain. So like this, when they keep pressing it in the line below, the pain would give. This is more like an instant relief for you. I don't know whether it's a long-term cure or something, but this acts as more like a complementary towards it. So talking from a spiritual, subtle body, energy level point of view, it's more like a weaker sign of Agna and the throat chakra, Visuddhi. So what we can do is to enhance that function. You can also ask them to chant, like sound for here is hum, A-O-M, Om, and this is hum. So you need to ask them to make a sound. It's not like hum, home, no. You should make a sound, something like a loop, where that sound energy, that vibration happens in this particular region. So I'll do it ask them to take a long breath and do it. That will help them, like say hum, 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 hum. So like that, ask them to keep chanting like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on whatever way they are comfortable. The more the sound they create, that produces that energy. So anything at a certain level, it will try to cleanse that part, so it will enhance the function of the tonsil. For the other remedy I could think of it is here is crystals. So there are a lot of crystals associated, but I as far as my research is concerned, I find Spatika does a good job here. Clear quartz, which we call it as. So you can have that stone like something like this. You can have it, or you can have a geode of crystal Spatika near the bed when they sleep. That healing happens. That is also good. Or you can take lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli does a wonderful, because it has also connects with our intuition, with Agna, the blue color one, which you can find it in the internet. So you can have one pendant exactly at here, and that thing can help you, or Rudraksha when they keep it here. That also helps you. So that's more of a spiritual energy of healing, if you believe in that, and so that will enhance your function. So you can integrate all these things. Home remedy, you can make it by yourself, and you can integrate these touch therapies and chanting and other things would help you recover very fast and cure from tonsils. Or you can follow any one of this and do discuss it with your Ayurveda or Siddha or homeopathy doctor. They will definitely guide you even more additionally what things apart from these remedies, what more particularly you can do it. It's basically you have to avoid high very hot food or very low temperature like ice creams for till this part is cured, and try to make them eat properly. The problem all happens because we gulp the food, we don't eat properly, we don't know how to eat. So when you take any food, you'll have to chew it properly, make it into a juice, mix more saliva, try to make it like a juice here itself without going here. So when that mixture is happening here, preparation is happening here, the digestion starts from here itself. Actually, if you go deeper, a digestion starts from looking at the food itself. So from there it starts, then you touch the food, again digestion, second level starts. Third level is maximum done in the food. Mostly in the stomach, it's the processing, like distribution of nutrients to various parts. So if you chew properly and drink it, then that itself is a medicine that will stop it. For people who have already done tonsils, what do I do? So what is the side effects in case if I do it? The problem here is if you do it on a longer term, many people say that you have a lot of respiratory related problems arise in your life, or ear related infection, or some nausea kind of thing. So just to avoid all these things, respiratory, lung infection, other things, so tonsil is a must. That's why nature has created something in our body to make it. Until it's completely dead, it's very rare, and there are certain cases where they will do surgery. That is more like sleep. When they sleep, so for some people the breath stops for certain minutes, and morning they become more sleepy. That case they might remove it. But again, in traditional medicine you already have cure for those things, so you don't have to do it. Surgery is the last thing, but do try to do this, or if you're following any other home remedies which worked for you, do share it in the community so it might be helpful for others. So that's all I could say for the tonsils. And before I forget, one last point I want to say is, inside the mouth there are various Varma points here. That is why in the olden days they used to take tooth powder, and you'll have to massage properly and press all wherever you touch all the points inside. When you press and do it with your finger, that itself does the massage to the tonsil area, and the tooth powder, which is made of herbs, actually goes and does its job. Any problem there, it actually enhances it. Even you swallow a tooth powder, the herbal tooth powder, nothing will happen. Whereas if you do with toothpaste, you are actually swallowing a dangerous chemicals, so which is not good for health. So that's it for tonsils. So probably I'll meet you in the next video with some repeated questions, and then we will continue the discussion. Thank you.